Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's workout, we are going to work out our neck and our hips and our back. It's going to be a short sequence, and if you are new to my channel, I want to welcome you. And if you just popped on here and you want to be notified for more, please subscribe. And so let's get on the mat.
And so we'll start out in a seated position on the mat, and our first pose for today will be the puppy pose. We'll get positioned on all fours, and we will stretch our arms out in front of us, elongating your spine with your tailbone up to the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out and really enjoy the stretch and the release. And then we'll come up out of that pose and we'll get ready for our next pose, which is cat and cow. We're going to round our back, and then we're going to arch, and then we're going to round into cow and arch into cat, and then we will round into cow. Breathe in and breathe out, and round, breathe in and breathe out, and arch and round and arch, and really feel that release in between your shoulder blades. And you want to keep taking your deep breaths as it calms your nervous system. Now we'll get ready for our downward dog. We're going to rise up and ground your heels and your feet into the mat, your arms shoulder width apart. And then we will do a hip opener. You're going to lift your left leg and rotate towards the back wall, really feeling that opening in your hips. And we'll come up out of that. And then just hold the pose. You can rock your knees back and forth, getting an even better stretch in your hamstrings and elongate your spine. And then we'll come up out of it and we'll get ready for our downward dog on the other side. You're gonna rise up with your feet hip width apart and your arms shoulder width apart, and really elongate your spine, and you will lift your right leg and you will rotate it to the back wall, really opening up your hips. This is a wonderful hip opener. And then you will come slowly out of that pose, and you will elongate your spine, and you will rock your knees from side to side, really getting a wonderful stretch all the way throughout your whole spine. And then you will slowly come out of that stretch, and we will get seated on the mat to get ready for our next stretch, which is thread the needle. You will get situated on the mat on all fours, and you will lift your left arm and interlace it underneath your right arm, really feeling that stretch all in between your shoulder blades and all up along your full spine. It is a wonderful stretch. Breathe in and breathe out, and just hold that pose. And we will slowly come up out of that pose and get ready for the other side. You're going to lift your right arm and interlace it under your left with your right cheek on the mat, really feeling that stretch all along your whole spine and in between your shoulder blades. It is a wonderful release. If you sit at a computer and your back is rounded, This will alleviate all that tension in between your shoulder blades. And breathe in and breathe out and come up out of that stretch. And then we will come down onto the mat for our seal pose, lying on your stomach with your forearms directly under your chest. Really feel that stretch throughout your whole spine and just melt into the pose. Breathe in and breathe out. And then we will get ready for our next pose, which is our cobra pose. With your hands beside your chest, you're going to rise up and stretch and arch your back, really feeling that stretch all throughout your lower back. And breathe in and breathe out and really release your full spine. And then we'll slowly come up out of that pose and relax back down on the mat. And then we will get situated on the mat for our next pose, which is bridge pose, lying on your back with your heels grounded into the mat and the palms of your hands touching your heels. You're going to rise your hips up towards the ceiling, really squeezing your glutes and holding that stretch. And then you'll slowly come out of it, one vertebrae at a time. Breathe in and breathe out. And then we will rise back up with your hips rising up towards the ceiling. And then we will slowly come up out of that pose, one vertebrae at a time. And then one more time, we're going to rise our hips up towards the ceiling with feeling the strength between our shoulder blades. And then we're going to lift our right leg up, really feeling the strength in your glutes and in your hamstrings. And then we'll slowly come out of that pose. Then we will get situated on the mat for our other side. We're going to lie back down on the mat with our feet grounded into the mat. We're going to elevate our hips up towards the ceiling, really feeling that in between your shoulder blades and in your quads. And then we will rise up again, lifting your hips up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. Really feel that in your glutes and come down one vertebrae at a time. And then we were going to rise up one more time with our hips up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift our left leg up and really feel that in your quads and in your glutes. And breathe in and breathe out. And then we're going to slowly come up out of it and get situated on the mat in a seated position and ready for our head nods. We're going to lower our chin to our chest, and then we'll come up and look up at the ceiling and really elongate and stretch your neck. Breathe in and breathe out, and then lower again, really feeling that stretch up along the back of your neck. And then we will look up at the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out, and then we will lower our chin to our chest. Breathe in and breathe out, and then look up again, up at the ceiling. And this is a wonderful stretch to get circulation into your neck. We'll continue with the head nods for a few more times. Breathe in and breathe out. And we will slowly come up and get ready for our cat and cow. With your hands interlaced behind your head, we'll come forward and really feel that stretch in your neck, and then you will arch up into cat and round into cow. And then arch back up into cat. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Round into cow. And breathe in and breathe out and really stretch and open up your chest and round and really feel that stretch in your neck and look up at the ceiling. And then we will round over into cow. Breathe in and breathe out and stretch and open your chest. Look up at the ceiling and round again into cow. Breathe in and breathe out and really enjoy that stretch and that release in your neck. And then we'll come up again and we'll arch and look up at the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and we'll get situated on the mat for our next pose. And just getting some movement into your shoulders. Loosening up what we just worked. And then we will come down onto the mat and get situated for our spinal twist. We're going to lift our right leg up into our chest. And then we will rotate on over to our left side. Really feeling that release in your hips, and you will look over to the right side. You can take your left hand and you can apply pressure to your right leg, getting a good stretch, and then we will come up out of that stretch and we will get situated again. Lying on our back, we will lift our left leg into our chest and rotate over to our right side, looking over to your left, really feeling that stretch in your spine and that release, and breathe in and breathe out and enjoy the twist. And we will come up out of that twist, and then we're going to do it one more time. We're going to take our left leg into our chest. And then we will rotate on over to our right side, looking over our left shoulder, really enjoying the release in your spine. Breathe in and breathe out, and we'll come up out of that and we'll get ready to do the twist on our other side. We will take our right knee and pull it into our chest, and then we will rotate on over to our left side, and you can take your left hand onto your right knee for more of a stretch. Breathe in and breathe out and really feel that stretch and that release in your lower spine, and then you will come up out of that, get situated on the mat, pull your knees into your chest and release your lower back. Just holding that stretch and enjoying the release. And then we'll get ready for our next pose for our inner thighs. We will then interlace our arms underneath our knees and grab the soles of your feet and pull them together, and use your elbows to push your knees apart, really feeling that stretch all in your inner thighs and in your lower back. Breathe in and breathe out and just melt into the pose, allowing your hips to open and to release. And then with the soles of our feet still together, we will Allow our knees to drop open to the sides, really feeling that stretch in between your inner thighs and your lower back. Breathe in and breathe out and enjoy the release in your hips. And just melt into the pose, calming your nervous system. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then we will come up and we will get situated on the mat for our final resting pose. And we're going to take a deep breath in and breathe out. And with our palms together, we will bow our head for a moment of silence and think about all the positive things you have to be grateful for today in your life. And I want to thank you for participating and joining me in this workout. Bye-bye, friends. I will see you again in the next video. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful day.